That's the TV in there. What's up, everybody? It's your boy King Hussle. And yes, it's the best money and credit channel on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell. So whenever I drop new sauce, new lessons, new methods, and giveaways, you'll be the first one to be notified. You'll be the first one to know what's going on. And you might be the first one to win something for free. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell on all the YouTube channels. Also, make sure you follow me on my Twitch, King Hussle Live. I do all my freebies and giveaways from those YouTube channels and the Twitch. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell so you won't miss out on nothing. Also, make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. All you gotta do is click the title on every video. Once you click the title on every video, at the bottom in the description, all my social media links will pop up. All right, got a lot of fake King Hussle pages out there, so please get a FaceTime verification call or video to make sure you see this face. Make sure you're doing legit business and you are getting what you paid for, all right? And before we get anything started, this is all educational purposes only, not telling anybody to do anything. So let's get this thing started. Hey, let's get this thing started. Hey, what to do, my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, my real Hustle Nation Empire family members. And we are back at it again with the gems, back at it again with the sauce, back at it again with the information that's going to turn you into a boss. So you're tired of being a zero, you ready to be a family hero? Listen up, take a seat, get your notepad and get your pen, because you already know when I drop these videos, you'll get them notifications. There's going to be some information that's going to help you win. And in today's video, you already know where I'm coming with them bank scams. Yes, them bank scams that's going on right now that a lot of people are falling for, and a lot of people are starting to get into the scam fraud world. A lot of regular people are in. Y'all already know. A lot of people are in tight. Can you get that garbage out of there for me? A lot of people are in situations where they are in needs of quick, fast cash, and people have been promoting and posting videos and pictures on social media for the past 5-6 years, promoting this scam, that scam, this fraud, that fraud, and regular people, life is life. So people who've been on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, any social media website or platform, they've been seeing the garbage. That's why I say, okay, what you going there and get? Nothing. People have been seeing this, and now they're in situations where they need to get some cash, and now they're trying it. So it's a new scam, new method that's going around that scammers and fraudsters have found loopholes to be able to get into people's bank accounts, get people's information, passwords, and things like that, utilizing either SIM swapping or OTP bots. Now, when it comes to OTP bots, that's more of the most common scams going on right now. Like a lot of people getting phone calls, a lot of people getting text messages, a lot of people getting weird emails and things like that. Hey, so are you trying to send, or are you whatever to this 2,000, 3,000? And it's a bot. It's an OTP bot on the phone. One-time password. It's a bot. So let me break it down to you. Let me take a swig of this Kool-Aid. Black people juice. So OTP bots. OTP bots are basically what the banks and certain companies use to verify that it is you. But what people are doing is like they download these Telegram bots, and it could be a Chase Bank bot, it could be a Wells Fargo bot, it could be whatever bot that it wants. And people are, every time I get to talking about something, it always makes me gotta start talking about something else, because everything is connected. So now I gotta start talking about something else, because it all goes with each other, but with this right here. So before we get into that, we got first, people are trying to figure out where they even getting this information from. So like I tell y'all all the time, the world is run by people. People are the ones that's doing everything. AI has not taken over the world yet. Robots has not taken over the world yet. So when we calling these banks and the bank tellers, we're talking to them, giving our passwords, and those are people. When we people in the call centers, people are running the world. And people are in certain positions where they can get information. Then you got your scammers, your hackers, people out there that know how to, get into certain databases to get certain information. So first, the dark web is real. You can really buy almost anything, if not anything, that you can think of on there. Now, the dark web is not a www.letmebuythis.com. No, dark websites are encrypted sites that You have to literally have it's like a encrypted password that you gotta have to search, and you can't post onion sites on the clear net. It's blocked. So if you post anything with onion in it, the clear net will block it. So you can't promote onion sites on the clear net anywhere. So it makes it hard for people to really promote dark websites. Now, a lot of dark websites are fake, meaning that now this is the thing with dark websites, and this is where it gets tricky and fishy. Kool-Aid. Some dark websites can be real, meaning that okay, somebody might go in there and buy something. That's legit, but they might run out of product and keep the site up, and then people are sending their money, and now they're getting scammed for a site that was once real. So when it comes to the dark web, it's kind of a delicate situation because you really never know what's a real site, what's a fake site. Police even make cyber police. It's a such thing as cyber police, and cyber police are on the dark web, meaning that they make dark web sites, and people go on there and they track your IP and do all this crazy stuff, and they knock on your door and like, police, we have a warrant for. I mean, they do their due diligence before they come. Like they gonna know your name, they gonna know everything. They gonna know who did it, when you did it, and everything. They ain't just like, oh, so we can find somebody else. Let's go get them. No, they do their research on you before they come. So that's how. But it's a lot of different things on the dark web. So on the dark web, there are places where you can buy this type of information. Like you can go on the dark web and buy Chase Bank's customer log. Like it's a real thing called ransomware. Like hackers will steal a company's database information, hold it for ransom, tell them, hey, pay me $2 million or we're leaking this. And they don't pay the $2 million in Bitcoin, they don't leak it. And people, that's how they get their money, like holding valuable information for a ransom. That's why it's called ransomware, because you gotta using software and you're holding it for ransom. So it gets real. Like they just hacked Nike and dropped all the information on Nike, the shoe measurements, everything. So it's gonna make it easier for these reps out here that be making the fake Jordans and stuff, make to help them out. Now they gonna have the right measurements and the right, you know what I'm saying, stitching, and I mean, so it's gonna be like, oh, now they really look like some real likely. So you never know, you know what I'm saying? So it's places on the dark web where you can buy a company's database, meaning that somebody might go like, I want to buy a Chase Bank database, so they show you all the people who got Chase Banks, their phone number, all their information. So now this person knows exactly what numbers to call. Like it's just not like they call them random numbers. Like let's just type in some random numbers and see who picks up. No, they buying this information on the dark web, so they know like everybody on this list got a Chase Bank account. So when we call that number or we send this text message, they don't call, they send a text message. So it's a spoof text. So they might say, are you trying to send $2,000 to a blah, blah, blah? Yes or no? That person is going to say no. Once that person click no, it's going to pop up as a text message or whatever on the Telegram bot. Then they're going to call that person. So when they call that person, they're going to act like a representative from the bank. Once they, now this is the tricky part. This is the loophole right here. So, like I said, people do their research. So, bank accounts is federally insured $250,000, $250,000. And if a scammer, hacker, fraudster, whoever was going to your bank account, take your money without your authorization, the bank is responsible for putting that money back. Now the bank is at fault. Now the bank is at a loss. And the bank is going to figure out who took their money. Now, this is what they're starting to figure out. Utilizing these OTP bots is making the victim authorize these payments, which is allowing the banks not to be responsible and not replace it, which is basically not doing nothing to the bank, not losing no money. And the banks is not doing nothing about it because the banks don't want to lose no money. So, with that being said, we got a little video today, man, about a couple who got man. I think they was at Chase Bank. Almost I lost $137,000 with this phishing scam, but it's getting more popular. We get text messages and calls all day, every day, and they get more sophisticated, really diving into detail. Like, okay, let's get the list of all the people at Chase Bank and all the people at Wells Fargo. It's getting real. Let's see what's going on. Shout out to Fox 31 Denver for this news clip. Analyze. What's the other one? Reaction. Fair use, no copyright.
Out of nearly $140,000 through a sophisticated phishing scam. The question now, can Chase Bank help them recover their money? By the time a Jefferson County man realized that the Chase Bank fraud team that he was talking to was actually the scammers themselves, he was out more than $137,000.
Crazy.
Yeah, problem solver investigative reporter Rob Lowe spoke to the FBI, the couple scammed and Chase Bank about a fraud.
Now hold on, before we get into the video. A lot of times, some things be a little silly. Like sometimes, like they be having people like go send money and do this and do that, but they be staying on the phone. Ain't no bank teller gonna stay on the phone while you go send some money somewhere. Like, first of all, ain't no bank teller gonna tell you to go send no money nowhere. And people be so scared and so like mind be so threw off that they don't really be thinking, and they do it, and it's like, huh?
So clever that it could happen to any of us.
Yeah, $137,000 is a loss nobody can absorb. Chase Bank is still investigating to see if it can recover any of the funds, but that money's likely overseas. Scott and Kate Zoll want you to know what happened to them so that it doesn't happen to you.
Let's see what's going on.
So there were 11 wire transfers in total, 2 on our personal accounts, 9 on our business accounts. We lost close to $140,000.
How devastating is that for you, Kate?
Every day we just wake up and feel like we're living kind of a nightmare right now.
What happened to Scott and Kate Zoll began with a text to Scott's phone, supposedly from Chase Alerts, asking, did you attempt to send a wire transfer for the amount of $4,500?
Here we go.
At that point,
That's the infamous text message right there. Chase Alerts. Did you attempt to send a wire transfer for an amount of $4,500? Reply wire ends to stop to end. No, they go to text message. So you like, hold on there now, Woody. And then it's a number up here. Like, they don't got no numbers. Or do they? I don't know.
before I did anything else, I reached out to my business partners and asked if they had initiated a wire. They had not. So I then called the bank branch to see if they could see any activity on my account.
That was smart. Chase Bank immediately gave him the number to its fraud department. What would happen next was his big mistake.
At that point, I acknowledged the text that came through, said, no, we did not initiate this wire. Got a text back immediately saying somebody from the Chase fraud team will be in contact with you. Probably within 30 seconds, I received a phone call from the exact number that the branch had just given me.
What Scott never guessed is the call from Chase Alerts saying a representative will be contacting you shortly was actually the scammers who had spoofed the Chase fraud number, leaving Scott to think he was talking with Chase Bank.
And at one point, I even called the Chase line because the phone number dropped, and I called the Chase fraud line. And I was frustrated with actual Chase because they couldn't see the conversations that were happening. And within a minute, you know, the people that were scamming us actually called back. And I'm like, great, these people know what they're talking about. I'm going to go back to this call.
Scott isn't sure how, but says the scammers already had his bank account number and knew how much money he had. All they needed from Scott was a one-time passcode that he did in fact receive via text from real Chase, only to then unwittingly share it with the scammer who was pretending to be Chase Bank. That phone call would cost him $137,130.
Just wake up and start all over again to try to accept that all our money's gone. And I'm not hopeful at this point in the journey that we're going to see any of it again.
The most recent FBI stats show in 2022, 405 Colorado phishing victims lost nearly $500,000, and 467 spoofing victims lost $2 million.
Technology does exist that they can spoof phone numbers from anywhere in the world and make it look like it's a Chase fraud department.
Brian Blosser is a special agent with the FBI who says phishing and spoofing scams are getting more sophisticated by the day.
Be very leery of unsolicited text messages, phone calls,
Dang,
a
brother.
pop-up or an email that you've got a fraudulent charge in your.
Y'all talking about. So that's just a little. That's letting y'all know how real and serious it is out here with these phishing calls and these OTP bots and SIM swapping too. They taking over the SIM card. So with that being said, it's all about being more safe, being more cautious, and being more aware of what's going on out here in the real world. Like I tell you all the time, get your Norton LifeLock that will monitor all your social media and financial accounts to make sure no suspicious activity is going on. And it will monitor the dark web too. Make sure your personal information is not on there floating around for anybody to buy, to get any type of loans, credit cards, lines of credit, or anything in your name. So make sure y'all getting them Norton LifeLocks. Also, make sure y'all freezing y'all credit profiles, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. If it's frozen, nobody can get anything in your name. You know, a lot of people out here using these pre-built CPNs, stolen identities to do a lot of different things. So make sure you guys are freezing on credit bureaus. And make sure you guys are changing your debit and credit card numbers every so often. We tap, swipe, insert all day, every day. And we order online from different places. And every time we order, every time we use these cards, our information is now stored in a database. And we all know it's always a database leak, compromise, or hack. We see it on our Apple phones all the time. Got to change the password and do this all over the internet and this. Make sure y'all change y'all debit cards every so often, credit card numbers every so often, because once that old information is no longer valid, and if it is a compromise or hack, you'll be safe because that information is no longer valid. So make sure you guys are, keeping yourself safe, keeping yourself more aware and cautious, because this is the real world and these are real things that's happening. And the way to keep yourself safe is to be more aware. So shout out to all my real King Hussle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, because without y'all, there'd be no me. Y'all motivate me to keep going. Y'all motivate me to keep dropping the sauce. And y'all motivate me to keep y'all entertained. So shout out to all of y'all. Anybody out there that's tired of being broke, because it ain't no joke, let's get to work. FaceTime 101 limited gems are $1,000. But for limited time only, I'm doing it for $600. Yes, $600 Cash App or Bitcoin payment. Once the $600 is in Cash App or Bitcoin balance, send me a screenshot. Let me know your payment ready, and we will go from there. All right, no screenshots, no replies, no 21 questions, and please do not yell me. Also, make sure y'all book y'all seat on the webinars Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. 10 seats, $250. Ask me anything y'all want to ask me. Get help with anything that y'all need help with. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Let's get to work. Make sure y'all book y'all seat on the crypto tour in person limited gems. $3,500 for limited time. Limited time only. $2,500. Don't miss out on this discount. Make sure y'all book y'all seat on the month-long mentorship, $2,500, but discount, $1,000. First 10 people, $500 in free load, so don't miss out on that. Make sure y'all check out my vendor platforms on Telegram and the Potato App Millionaire Network. Still looking for people for the production company. Make sure y'all subscribe and hit the all notification bell on my YouTube channels and my Twitches, my IGs, and TikTokertons. And make sure y'all check it out, the crypto world, because it's changing people's lives. And with that being said, it's your boy King Hussle. Y'all know how to get down into these videos. I will see you at the next lesson, video, or live, or 10. Peace, or 10.